Alright, so from Wikipedia, a prime number is a natural number greater than 1 that is not a product of two smaller natural numbers. A natural number greater than 1 that is not prime is called a composite number. Okay, so we will not be looking at composite number. What I'm talking about is prime number. So a prime number is a number that is divisible by itself and 1 without a remainder. So its remainder is going to be 0. Alright, so let's take a look. So in this tutorial, I'll just be creating a function, and this function is going to take a range. Let's say if we pass in, let's say 10 as the parameter, it's just going to take only one parameter. So when we pass 10 as a parameter, we are going to get 2, 3, 5, 7, because from the definition, a prime number is a natural number greater than 1, so 1 isn't included. Alright, so let's see how we could implement this in code. So let's get started. So now I've opened my Visual Studio Code. I have just this single file, prime.js. So let's start. Let's declare the function. Let me do const print prime numbers in number. The number is what we are going to be passing in as a parameter in number. So the parameter is number. So like I said, the number is going to be the range. So we'll be printing out the prime numbers in that number. So we'll be using the for loop. So let's do for let I is equal to, you see, it's greater than 1, so, and we are considering whole numbers. So I is equal to 2, I is less than or equal to the number passed in, and let's do I plus plus, so we're incrementing the value. And now let's use conditionals to check. You see, we will be using it to check the basic prime numbers 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 7. Yeah, those are the basic. So if I is divisible by 2 without a remainder, and I is not equal to 2 itself, that means the number is not prime, so you skip it. And in JavaScript, when we want to skip something in a loop, we do continue. Now let's check another scenario when it is divisible by 3. So else if I is divisible by 3 without a remainder, and I is not equal to 3 itself, that one too, meaning it isn't prime, so we skip it. Do continue. Let's do for 5 and 7. And the last one, 7, if I is divisible by 7 without a remainder, and I is not 7. It's not 7. It's not 7. This one too, we skip it. It isn't prime. That means any other number left is prime, because that number isn't divisible by 2. If it is divisible by 2 without any remainder, it is even. If it is divisible by 2 with a remainder of 1, meaning it's odd, right? Okay, so 3 meaning it's yeah, it has more than two factors, which is it has more than a factor of one and itself, meaning it doesn't qualify for it to be termed as prime. All right, so let's see. Else console.log console.log I. All right. Now let's check for, let's say, 20. Print prime numbers in number 20. We pass 20 in as the argument, meaning we are going to print all the prime numbers starting from 2 starting from 2 to 20. So we'll check through it and print out those numbers. Right, now let me open the terminal, do control backtick. Right, so now when I do node prime, whether I add the .js or I don't add the extension, node is still going to tell what I'm referring to, because I'm in that directory and that's the only file in there with that name. You see, now I get 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. They are all prime. Their only factors is 1 and itself. So 2 is only divisible by 1 and itself, 3, same, 5, and so on. Now let's check if we are going to get some error when we increase the number. Let's make it, let's see, let me make it 50. 50 isn't big. Let me make it 500 and check through. Now let's do the same thing. So you see, every number here, there's no number that has more than 2 factors. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so now we know how to print out everything using the range. Now let's see if we will create another function, and if that number, it's going to take a number as a parameter, and if that number passed in as the parameter is prime, we are going to return true. So, or we'll say, yeah, now the number passed in is prime. If it isn't, it isn't prime. So let's see how we could implement that. So for now, let me close this out. Let me comment it. Do a long thing. Let me comment this. Okay. And now let me do another function. Let's do it s prime. S prime. Shit. S prime. So S prime is going to take, it's also going to take a number, and we are going to check if that number is prime. And this is how we will do it. You see, like we said, if the number is divisible by 2, 3, 5, and 7 without any remainder, meaning that number isn't prime. So we'll do, if this time around we are not going to be printing out, we are not going to loop through that number. So we just take the number and we'll check if it satisfied that condition, then we return true or false. Okay, so if number modulus 3 is equal to 0 and number is not equal to 3. Okay, let's start from 2. 2. We are going to return false. And let's do an else if for the rest. Else if number modulus 3 is equal to 0 and number is not equal to 3. We're going to return false too. Else if number modulus 5 is equal to 0 and number is not equal to 5. See, we are doing a strict check so that we don't get any problem. Return false. Let's do for 7. Else if number modulo 7 is equal to 0 and number is not 7 itself, we return false too. Return false. Return false. Now let's do the final block, else return true. Now let's see. When I do is prime 10. Now let's check. I didn't get anything, so instead of returning true or false, let's do console.log instead so that we can see something. Console.log number, let's use string literals. Number is not number. Console.log, let's check this number $sign number is not prime. Let me copy this code. Now let me delete all the return statements because it will be illegal. Do so for here, and now let me do for here to tab. Okay, now over here let me do number is prime. Okay, now let me try it again. Let me expand this and do the see, 10 is not prime. Let's change it. Let's try a number that is prime. Now let's rerun it. 11 is prime. You see, 10 is not prime, 11 is prime. Let me change it to 2 3 1 2 3 and see if it will work. Let me clear the terminal now. 1 2 3 is not prime. Let's see if it's prime. Let's say 2 divide this. This is divisible by 3. 3 divides this 4, this 1, so 41 times 3 you get 1 2 3. So yeah, that's how it is. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.